The EF3 tornado that ripped through Hamilton County 2 years ago destroyed hundreds of homes in its path. Local 3's Cornelia Nicholson shares how local insurance agencies stepped up to help rebuild.
Easter 2020, I'll never forget it. Definitely humbling what Mother Nature can do in 3-4 minutes.
Jonathan Hubler, a State Farm insurance agent, says 2 years ago he spent Easter night sheltered in his bathroom with his 3-year-old daughter with no power to their home. He knew going into work the next morning it was going to be busy, but it was worse than he could have ever imagined.
When I came in that morning, by the time our phones cut on at 9, we already had 75 claims that were filed the night before.
Hubler says nothing could have prepared his staff for the volume of calls they received. In total, his office had 475 households affected by the tornado. 30 of them were complete losses. Because of downed power lines, Hubler says calls and text messages were nearly impossible. And with roads littered with debris, driving was also a hassle. So he parked his car and started walking to his clients' homes.
I was walking probably 8 to 10 miles in steps, just because it was actually easier just to get around on foot than it actually was driving. And so getting the checks to the customers, getting them in hotels, which filled up very quickly, was my number one priority.
He recalls how eerie it was as he walked through the stormed, ruined neighborhoods.
I literally just remember stopping and looking around and just being like, it still gives me chills to this day. I did not see another human being.
Hubler says he and other insurance agents spent 2 weeks going out and helping people in any way they could, bringing essential items and food. The tornado was a devastation Hubler hopes he'll never have to go through again, but he says there was one bright spot in all of the darkness.
Just the community feeling of everybody coming together to be there for each other. I will say that's the one thing I saw. You know, I've always heard Chattanooga strong, but you really kind of felt that that day.
In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.
Hubler says it's important people regularly sit down with their insurance agents and go over their coverage to make sure they are protected.